Ah, yes. Someone claiming that they are from the moon, or one of them, speaking about spriting about the moon, carelessly building endless villages, and yet you question the plausibility of our existence. Poppycock, one of the elders spoke up. Well, maybe we should hear them out, Elder, Delius replied, trying to calm the elder down a bit. Nonsense. If they truly live upon the moon, then they will be destroyed. Such is their fate. Wait, what do you mean destroyed? That isn't our intention. We don't want to fight you. Nonsense. It will not be us who destroys you. Hagara will do so. Such is his function in the cycle of things. Hagara? Mikuro replied, the tiny orb floating closer to the elder. Who is Hagara? Hagara is our god. Your god as well, even if you do not claim knowledge of him. If you truly live on the moon, then as he is our god, he is yours too. Our fates intertwined, though very different. If you truly live upon the moon, then destruction is your destiny. This is not something that I may alter or change. What do you mean destruction is our destiny? The little floating orb said, sounding more concerned by the moment. Who is this Hagara? What kind of god does that? And why? Hagara is the god of the cycle, of life and death, creation and destruction, and the maintainer of the natural order of things. All things that live must eat. All things that eat must sleep. You speak of Hagara as a god of creation and destruction. But why? Why would he create and then destroy? Why would he destroy us? Does this Hagara believe that we have committed some wrong or evil? We are not familiar with this concept you speak of, good and evil. These words are foreign to us. We believe, as Hagara's existence shows us, that there is simply a natural state to all things. Hagara does not believe that you are evil, and yet nonetheless, your life is, well, but nothing to him. Hagara is a beast, and like any beast, he grows hungry. And when a beast grows hungry, he eats. So you're saying this Hagara is going to eat our world? Not just your world, every world. That is what Hagara does. Once Hagara awakens from his slumber, he will devour the moons and the stars that hang in the sky, fill his belly, and then, like any predator, he will find himself somewhere new. And when he does, he will once again rest, and in his rest, create new stars, new moons to circle. And one day, as is his cycle, he will awaken again and devour those as well. This is the cycle of things, not simply for Hagara, but for all life. One cannot sustain life without killing. There is no malice or hatred in it. A Fangor beast does not hate the peloton that he eats. He merely craves the sustenance that it provides. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care that our world is filled with people, living beings with lives and families, children. Tell me, Mikura, Delia said as he began to walk closer to the orb, drawing its attention for the moment. Do you eat animals on your world? Well, yes, of course. Some do not. They choose to eat only plant life. But myself and countless others do intake of animals. Tell me, Mikura, when you kill an animal to eat it, do you concern yourself with the fleas on its back? What? Just as you claim to have children, lives, families. The same could be said of the fleas that lie upon the back of the creatures you eat. We do not burden ourselves with counting the fleas that will die because we have feasted on the animal that they call home. They are tiny, inconsequential, at least to us. Life could not be sustained if we had to worry about the lives of the fleas. Though the fleas may wither and die without their host, this is not something we can afford to burden ourselves with. The same is true of Hagara. He does not desire your death, nor have any form of hatred against you. You are simply fleas, fleas that call his prey, that he wishes to devour your host. It is not your lives he seeks, but the life of the animal you host upon. And I suppose that this Hagara grants you some sort of divine protection from the cycle of things? Mikura said, turning towards Delius. Of course not. We are no more important than you are. We are simply fleas upon Hagara's back. He does not concern himself with our existence. Wait. You're fleas upon Hagara's back? Are you saying that the god that you believe in is your world? Yes, that's exactly it. Hagara is our home, our world. And soon enough he will wake, as it is said by the elders. And when he does, he will hunger. This will of course bring calamity to us. It is a process that we have long since begun to endure, since the earliest of times. And like any good flea, we need not but cling to his back and hope that we may survive, as a flea does. Wait a moment, Mikura said, the tiny orb floating closer to Delius, coming face to face with him. You're telling me that you know your world is alive? That it is a creature? You're aware of it? Yes, of course we are. And this awakening, you've seen it? Well, no, not personally, Delius replied. Only the elders have seen it. These are merely the tales that they pass down to us. It is said that every 3 generations, Hagara awakens from his slumber. And according to the elders, the time of his awakening is once again upon us. It will be my job as champion of our village to ensure that we are not lost when a Hagara awakens, that we will survive his awakening. In the moment, the tiny orb began to float back and away, moving from side to side and looking about on the ground. You mean you can actually survive it? Your world waking up? How is that even possible? I'm sorry, I have to go. This is too important. I'll try to come back and speak to you soon, Mikura said, as it suddenly grew once again sleepy and simply ceased to move once more. This nonsense, the elder said. How long do you intend to talk to this orb, telling these wild stories? Are there not other things you could concern yourself with, Delius? Try to remain calm, Elder, Delius replied. We're just having a short chat with something new and unusual. We've hardly spent any real time at all. We've barely been here an hour. Truly, the champion of the village should be able to spend an hour doing what they wish, Delia said with a kind smile. Fine. Do as you will. I'm going to go get a cut of that burlow beast. All this talk of devouring has me feeling hungry. Yes, of course, Elder. Go get your fill, Delia said, waving him a goodbye as he made his way away from the gathering, and everyone else began to wait until their tiny circular friend woke back up.